Welcome to our latest video in our Toronto Blue Jays Out of the Park 25 sim. We're here in the off season. Normally I start this episode like right at the beginning of the off season. Decided to we're hopping in midstream here. I've done a few things. Free agency hasn't started yet. Don't worry. Nothing crazy like that. Settle down. We're good. I had to clear out some money, so we had a little bit of money left to do some things. You can see we just haven't grown our budget in this sim, and obviously our players are getting more expensive as they enter their free agent year. So it's led to, needing to cut some things here and there. So let me show you what I've done so far in the off season. We'll start down here, November 7th, contract. So I traded Bo Bichette because he was just basically a backup infielder at this point. I mean, he had another bad year for us. So I think his time in Toronto is finally done. He's not boomeranging this time. But we got Bryce Matthews, who I think is an interesting enough sorry, I was on OSA there again. Interesting enough player who had a really good year in AAA last year. And then this guy is just kind of like a dude. Just kind of a dude. I found this deal through just shopping Bichette for prospect packages, and that was the best one that I got. We released some guys who were out of options. We signed Gabriel Arias, our shortstop, to a 6-year extension worth $61 million. You can see, even if he doesn't hit like he did last year, where he's almost a league average bat and put up 3.8 WAR, even if it goes down, he's like a 2 WAR player again. That's okay with that contract. We signed Jared Jones to a 4-year, $26 million extension. He's had a really solid season and a half for us, and he was wanting a 6-year deal with 2 more years at 10.5, and I was like, how about we do this instead? So it buys out his 3 arbitration years, and gives us a team option on his first free agency year. We re-signed Jalen Beeks to a 2-year, $7 million deal. The big one was re-signed Trevor Rogers to a 5-year, $91 million deal. He was a pending free agent. He's had 2 really solid, number 2 starter years in a row, I'd say. If he's your ace, I think that's fine, but I think he's much better suited as a number 2. Unfortunately, on our team, he is our ace right now, but, that's how things go sometimes. The others were just pre-arb 1-year agreements, and November 17th, I fired the first base coach. Wait, what? Wait, I signed this guy to an extension, then I did not fire him. Okay, so I was confused because, I hired a guy, and then it told me I had a first base opening, and this guy wasn't showing up. What did I set, No, I hire the base coaches. I don't know why that dude got fired, but I still need to hire an assistant GM. Not that I can trust his personnel page anymore. Okay, we have a pending offer. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that first base coach job. That was really weird to me. The rookie of the year was today. Let's see who won it. This league news page, once you get a couple of years in, takes a minute to load. Walker Jenkins, AL Rookie of the Year, acquired by the Twins in the first round of the 2023 draft. Put up 4.5 WAR. He got all the first place votes. Charlie Condon, Max Clark, Roman Anthony, Noah Schultz rounded out. National League, Ryan Clifford. He is a real life prospect. What trade was he in? Why do I know his name? He was traded by the Astros to the Mets. So is that the what's his name, Verlander deal maybe? Yeah. So he won. Rookie of the Year, got all the first place votes. Collier, Jake Goloff, Baron Radcliffe is not a name I know. 5th round pick in 2020. Okay, fair enough. So now what are we going to do for our season? Kirk is back, Guerrero will be back, Frelick will be back, Martinez will be back, Arias. Varsho and Soto will be back. So other than that, I've got Malloy as a bench. I've got Ramos, Kalzer, and Carlson to kind of decide between those 2 outfield spots. But honestly, all of them have just proven themselves so far have not proven themselves to be anything better than a league average bat, with some platoon splits going on. So honestly, I'd like to keep 2 of these 3 and platoon them in one of the outfield spots, and then acquire an outfield bat who can hopefully hit in the heart of our order. Looking at free agencies though, I've really never seen something like this. Like, look at how many pitchers are above the top hitter. Oh, Nico Horner. This is new. This is new. He must have declined an option. Yeah, I don't know why he's a pending free agent. He was not there earlier when I looked. But look at this is like all pitchers. Ryan Jeffers, Chas McCormick. Like, there's no huge impact bat available, which is a bummer because we need a huge impact bat. And we really don't have the pieces. We don't have the depth in our farm system to make a trade for a huge impact player, right? I'd rather hold on to Burris and Smith, and then after that, it's just like these aren't impact enough players that you're going to get like top prospects or top hitters for them. So we're kind of stuck between like a rock and a hard place here, if you will. And I've looked around at trades, and I ended up determining like who a few of my players are with more trade value. And I shopped around. So I shopped around Cowser and Matthews together because like, all right, Cowser has value. He can go, and then Carlson and Ramos can split time in one of the corner outfield spots. Carlson can also help against lefties with Varsho in center, so that's good. So Cowser and Matthews, the guy we got in the Bichette trade, who, I think is totally fine, totally serviceable, but I'm not going to like not make a trade over it. And then a couple like kind of like more throw-in guys. And we could get Kobe Mayo. Before you say, oh, wow, Kobe Mayo, like he hasn't been that. My scout still thinks OSA thinks he's really good. My scout still thinks he's good or could be good. But he's put up so far at the major league level a 93 WRC plus in 795 plate appearances. Could this be Baltimore holding down a righty? Could be. Like maybe he comes to our stadium, which is friendly towards righties and hard on lefties, and mashes. But he's not a sure thing, and we're giving up a lot of assets for him. Like I'd rather I wonder if there's someone I can remove. Like I wonder if I can remove Bryce Matthews and put in like a guy I have less faith in. Sorry if you can hear water in the background. I forgot to close the door to the laundry room down the hall. I'm just wondering if I can give up a guy that I don't like as much. He's our second round pick. I'm not going to give him up yet. Eddie Ventura was a big international free agent signing. Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's someone that has value that I can give up that isn't Matthews, because I'd just rather hold on to him. Like, let's just put this rando in there. Manuel. But I think Matthews was a pretty big part of the trade for them, so we'll see. Okay, so they said Figura, who I'd really rather not. I'm not trading him. Schreier, I'm not trading. Eddie Ventura, I could trade him, but I'd rather not. Jared Jones, Dalton Varsho, no, we're not going to subtract from the major league roster. Rosales, Bryce Matthews, Hagen Smith, we're not trading. Frelick and Tiedemann. So yeah, it's basically like, do I want to give up a guy with a higher ceiling than Matthews, or do I like Matthews kind of like ready now type thing, and I give up one of these guys that's further away? That's the debate now. Now Eddie Ventura could play center field. He's got the 65 range, so we're not going to give him up. Figura, I mean, he's going to be a really good third baseman or second baseman. He's not going to play shortstop. He might be able to play corner outfield. He's 20 and he's barely played, but he had some success in rookie ball. Rosales is only a 60. I don't think that he's going to be a center fielder. So he's a corner outfielder who's going to rely on this bat progressing, and he's probably going to strike out a lot. So honestly, like, I think Rosales is the guy to put in. So this would be, I think at this point the headliner is Cowser going back, and Rosales, who is not a top 200 prospect, I don't think. Here, let's see where he is. Oops, not what I meant to do. Toronto. Rosales is 11th in our system. Matthews is 10th. Some of those other guys, Schreier, Figura that they wanted. Yeah, so I think I'd rather give up Rosales and hold on to Matthews because he might help our major league team this year. So that's fine. And then Beltre's like a whatever. Hernandez is a whatever. Estevan Machado, could probably play in AAA or maybe on your bench. Same with Beltre. He could be a bench player for them. But I think the headliners are Cowser and Rosales, and I think the real headline is they're getting 5. They're getting a guy who is more established as Mayo, but doesn't have the ceiling. They're getting a guy with a huge ceiling, and they're giving up somebody who's really underachieved for them in a season and a half at pro ball, and maybe they're just ready to move on. But this doesn't give us I really want a sure thing in the middle of our order, but I think this is the best we can do right now. There just is not a lot out there that we're going to be able to do to bring in a middle of the order back because free agency is so weak and none of these trade chips are oh wow, and that's why we're getting back a guy who isn't a sure thing. Now Mayo may break out and be our number 3 hitter for the next decade. We're going to find out though. Because we're making the trade. Personal message. The fans were not happy but weren't they happy that we got Cowser's Mayo's a captain. Surprised our, and I didn't say this aloud, but let me just show you what I think I'm going to do. So Orelvis Martinez can play the outfield pretty well. He can play left field pretty well. So I think we're going to turn him into our left fielder, right? So Martinez goes out to left field. Soto stays at DH. And with this arm, Kobe Mayo can be a good third baseman, and he's been a good third baseman. He's been decent. He's played 115 games, and he's got a negative .3 zone rating. That's totally serviceable, playable, especially if he mashes. Now, is he the bat I was dreaming of? No, but we're going to give him a chance to, be an elite guy for us. I think I might go Soto, Martinez, Vlad, Frelick, just so my best 4 hitters are in my top 4. Or maybe I still go Martinez, Soto, Vlad, Frelick. Yeah. Okay. Basically I want to keep the righty lefty. I'd rather Vlad be cleanup than 3, but this will work fine. And then we'll move Varsho up a little bit just so the lefties aren't too cramped together. There's not a long run of righties. Kirk, I think, has earned that 5 hole. So, this could very well be our offense coming in. So then the bench spots would probably be, let me just organize this. Barger would probably be, Barger would probably earn the utility infield spot. I think he's been solid in the minors for us. And then, so here, I think we would put Dylan Carlson in against righties. Let Ramos play every 5th day or something. Nope. Let Barger play here a little bit. Against righties, we'll play him every 10th day. 10th day. Malloy will play every 7th. And then we'll play Malloy a little bit here just to get him some more playing time. And just to simplify my life, sometimes I copy the depth charts even though it's not going to be the same. Because then I'm just starting from the spot that I remember. And same with the lineup, copy lineup. So now we've got more platoons to consider. Barger and Frelick are both lefties, but I trust Frelick more. We're not going to put Barger in there against lefties. Malloy can still be every 7th. That's fine. And here we're going to put Ramos in. Let Carlson play every 5th. But Carlson's going to play every 3rd day in center against lefties because Varsho really struggles against lefties. Put Malloy in every 5th, every 7th. Honestly, I think we're going to play Malloy a little bit against lefties until Soto starts hitting them. I think that lineup is still fine. Maybe we'll move. No. Yeah, we'll leave that. So I honestly think this is our lineup moving into the year. Kirk has proven himself to be very solid. Vlad is Vlad. Frelick, he didn't hit for us like he did for the Brewers. in this sim so far. Like, we would really need him to be this guy. And, again, you do kind of worry about, is this a lefty bat in Toronto thing, because the ballpark factors are a little tougher on lefties. But I think he can put up better numbers than that for sure. Mayo, we just hope becomes an animal. Martinez, Varsho, Ramos. Martinez and Varsho will play almost every day. Ramos will platoon with Carlson. Malloy and Barger will both get time. Soto will DH. Did I trade anybody that was in my lab? No, I didn't. Oh, they're under assessment still, though. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to put them in the lab at first. So I'm going to put Kobe Mayo in my lab. Who do I want to take out? None of these guys. Probably Kurland. He's so young. So we're going to put Kobe Mayo in the lab. Kobe. His eye, his power, his contact. I honestly would love to, let's just go power and just see if he can come out with an outstanding result and be a 70 power guy. How awesome would that be? That's what I'm going to go with. He's got high work ethic. Let's just see what he can do. So manager of the year was announced. We're about to get Cy Young. Let's see who won the Cy Young. These are all minor league managers. A bunch of my guys' contracts were up and I wasn't thrilled with them. AL Jesus Luzardo about to be a free agent. Wow, Dean Kramer finished third? What? Wow, Dean Kramer, look at you. Minor league free agent signing finishes third in the Cy Young. That's pretty good. We didn't have anybody up there. Justin Steele winning it. Logan Webb getting some votes. Eduardo, Yamamoto. These are all names that wouldn't. Most of these names wouldn't surprise you in 2024. Yeah. Okay. Who's Brent Hedrick? 9th round pick of the Twins. Has he pitched in the majors in real life yet? A little bit last year. Wow. So he's come on. Wait, but he's a reliever? Timeout. No, they just have moved him to the bullpen for some reason for the offseason. Not really sure what's up with that, but okay. Yeah, so, let's see who won the MVP. And I can't remember if at the end of the last episode I showed you who won the World Series or not. Okay, I've got an assistant GM now. That's cool. But let's see who won MVP. I don't think anybody was going to get votes for us. American League, Kyle Tucker, 21st place votes. Julio Mayer, Logan O'Hoppe, Kyle Manzardo of the Guardians. Gunnar got some votes but did not three-peat. Yeah, but there's Vlad, Martinez. See, the fact that Juan Soto just isn't appearing on these boards, I think, says it all about why our team just hasn't been able to get over the hump here, and we're just kind of fine but not great. We're a good team, but we're not a great team, and a lot of that is Soto underachieving. Michael Harris II, Tovar, De La Cruz round out the top three for the NL. Let me see if I showed you this. I don't know if I did. The Red Sox beat the Cubs 4-2 in the World Series featuring it was the Theo Epstein Cursed Teams Bowl, and the Red Sox won. So we got $14 million in money right now. We can always tweak some of this stuff. I've already brought the scouting and the player development down a little bit to account for that, but we'll see what else we can do. Now, pitching, we haven't looked at that. Let me show you. So Rogers and Tiedemann, Jones, Ashby, Barrios, I think, is our rotation. That seems pretty set. I'd love to get rid of Barrios because he just hasn't been that. He wasn't that good last year. He's going to make $24 million next year and then have an opt-out, which I assume he'll stay if he doesn't pitch well again. But yeah, and we've got Dylan Cease, who's out for the year pretty much. Well, how many months left? 10 months. Yeah, so he's back in September. Right, so good luck. Rogers will be back for next season, so that's cool. Let's just put him back on the active roster. Diekman is a free agent. So Rogers, let me put you back in here just so. Bassett, Coulomb, Gossman, all free agents we're probably not going to bring back. So we got Williams, Beeks, Romano, Leisure, Rogers. I'd be fine with having Flaherty up, actually. I'm just going to make him a middle reliever for now. So how many? This gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes. Mason Black, I don't think has earned the right to be on this team, and we don't have anybody really knocking on the door. I can. Do we have any of? Yeah, everybody's up. So we need to sign some more relievers again, a couple cheap guys. I think we can do it, but we brought back I re-signed Beeks for that reason, that our bullpen just isn't totally as solid as I want it to be. I'd love to sign kind of like a long man fifth starter type for cheap, like some starter out there who's didn't have a great year. Because we have a injury in the rotation, like we just don't have a lot of help coming. Like Hagen Smith, I don't think is ready. He didn't pitch like he was. I mean, well, I didn't realize that the 5.22 ERA is league average in the International League. That's interesting and revelational. Rojas, I guess, could fill in. I don't really want to count on him. Vasquez is a decent relief call up if we need one. Pop, Dombrowski, just not a lot of depth here. So I think I will try to bring in a few relievers, but Mason Black will be down there. I think I will try to bring in like a guy to be in mid relief and then long relief for me. And I don't think we're going to do anything on the offense side of the ball. So I don't know. This isn't going to be a huge offseason. I think that Mayo move will probably be our biggest, but you never know. Something could come our way. And the way I landed on Mayo, actually, like I wasn't targeting him, even though he is like one of my favorite O's prospects in real life. Like I honestly just shopped those two guys around. I can't remember if I said that. And he was the only guy rated above like a 45 that was being offered. So he was far and away the best potential player. So anyways, I'll get more into the offseason here and update you guys. But let's get after it and hop ahead a bit. Okay, free agency has begun. We've got $13.6 million to spend. I might take this down so we have a little more flexibility here, and hopefully we'll be able to bump it back up. So that gives us $16 million to spend. This Barrios deal for number 5 starter and the C deal for guys on the AL, they suck, but there's no moving them. I tried to package them with like a good prospect too. There was just no moving them. I could have moved Carlson instead of Kalser. That would have bought us a few more million, but I prefer Carlson's defense. So now we figure out what our plan is for the bullpen. We don't need to spend a ton of money, so we might not need that money, but I think a mid reliever, lefty or righty, I'm indifferent. Long reliever, again, I think I'm indifferent. So let's go. I have the international free agent set to generate like a very low amount. I think it's like the fewest, 4. That's not a guy that we're going to go after. That's definitely not a guy we're going to go after. At 29, I'm not too into this guy. Okay, nah. Okay, so I'm not into any of those guys. Here you see only one hitter in the top 10 here. Is it 10? Yeah, 10-ish. It's Nico Horner. And he's looking for $15 million. So that's the top hitter free agent. That's pretty crazy, huh? All right, so what do we do from here? I wonder if Gossman has anybody interested in him yet. Oh, he does. 5 years, $16 million. People are going to give him that? And his velocity has just dropped so much. His control is still awesome. But, yeah, I don't know that I'm giving him that deal at his age, at 35. So, anyways, free agents, all relievers. First thing I do is scan here to see if there's anybody rated really high that isn't looking for a lot of money. Like these two. Coulomb we had last year, not sure we need him back. Chapman I'm not interested in. Karinchak, well, he wants $8 million, but can he get the ball over the plate? Like, that's the question. He hasn't really had, he had a couple solid seasons here, just didn't pitch a lot of innings and was a little rough last year. Don't know, an extreme fly ball. Don't think I'm going $8 million on him. There's really not like much of a middle market here. There's like guys that are 10 plus million or guys that are like 2 million. Which is a little bit of a bummer. I think Tanner Houck could be the long man we're looking for, honestly. Like, I would be fine having him come into our rotation if we have an injury. I can't remember what I put commish mode on for. Oh, I was adding the option to Julio Rodriguez's contract, the player option that is not in the game. Dude, I cannot promise you a starting rotation role. Okay, so he lowered his ask and said, please promise me a role in the starting rotation. Like, whatever, like, you can just be mad about it, I guess. Like, that's fine. All right, whatever, dude. And then we'll look for one other guy. See, I don't know if I want to pay Hunter Harvey that money. Oh, he's wrecked too? Yeah, no way. What's Merriweather's injury? Elbow inflammation. So he's back soon, but he's been rough. Well, he's all right last year. You're like the water, and the water will find its way. I like Christopher Sanchez. He's been a starter too. He could be another like dude who we have come in the rotation. Honestly, like if we brought in Houck and Sanchez, like I'd be fine, and we'd be doing it really cheap. So, all right, come on, Dylan. Got an autosave here at the end of the month. That's what's going on. In case you're like, what's going on? That's what's going on, pal. So yeah, see if either of those guys come back. Well, I think I saw Cal Raleigh got traded. No answer from those guys yet. Okay, so Houck is into it. Anybody big signed yet? No, nobody signed? Not a single dude? That's wild. And some of these guys had people interested, and now they're not? That's wild, too. What happened? Also, did the Orioles extend Gunnar Henderson yet? They hadn't last time I checked. But they were in on a couple of those pitchers, and now all of a sudden they're not. I'm just wondering, did you guys like... Oh, that's right. They bought out his last 2 arbitration years. So he's got 2 more years until he's a free agent. Holiday, they did not sign yet. Wait, where's Adley? Where's Dadley Rutschman, guys? It's not on the injured list. Is he like listed as a first baseman? I just missed him. Guys. Did they trade Adley? Wait, what's happening? Oh my god, they traded him to the Astros. Oh my god, they just did it this offseason. Oh, jeez. Emilio Sanchez. So the O's traded Rutschman and that guy for... What? This guy? Okay, that's an awesome prospect who's really raw, though. This guy? Okay, another top 100 prospect. So they've got... And this guy's a bit further along. So they've got 2 top 100 prospects so far. That guy's fine. He's a decent looking... All these guys are so far away, though. Okay, so here's a guy who might be able to help their major league team if he can become a major league caliber hitter. Another really good prospect. Wow. Okay. Man. The O's traded Adley Rutschman. What a world. All right, I'll keep plugging away here on free agency and report back. All right, we're now up to March 3rd. This was, planned to be a... I had some weird stuff going on where, like, I signed guys to minor league deals. You know what all these things are. Signed guys to minor league deals, and then, like, I put them in spring training, and it added them to my 40-man, which didn't make sense. And they had to clear waivers. They didn't clear. So I was like, no, I'm undoing this. So, like, I brought them back, and you have to, before you sign them to... So, essentially, it seems like a bug. But so when I signed them to the minor league deals, they didn't go right to my minor league teams. They were all here and designated for assignment. I added them to the spring training roster. When I added them there, they then were also on the 40-man roster, which I did not want them on. I signed a bunch of veterans to kind of, like, flesh out my AAA team. So it's a little better. So then, like, people get pushed down to AA. Nobody's in over their head. Yeah, so that's what all that noise was about in these transaction logs. But it was a fairly quiet offseason, like we had discussed it would probably be. We signed Sanchez to 1 year, 1.6. We signed Houck to the 1 year, $2 million. So they'll be in our bullpen probably. I got this guy in the Rule 5 draft. Not totally sure if he'll make the team. We'll see how he does in spring. We'll see how the other guys with options do. But he seemed like a serviceable arm. He's 27. Has a little bit of major league experience with the Nats. Was really good in that 38 innings. Struggled last year in very limited sample. Did just get our what's it called? We went 2 for 10. It looks like in the development lab. Barger, no improvement. Sal Frelick, outstanding on his plate discipline. Let's see if that did anything here. Oh wow, his potential eye improved from current and potential I went from 55 to 65. That's a pretty substantial improvement for our second baseman, Sal Frelick. Wow, I like that a lot. No improvement to velocity for Jones. Justin Henry Malloy, outstanding plate discipline. Oh my gosh, he's got a 75 out of 80 I now. So his potential went from 70 to 80. His current went from 70 to 75, and his contact also improved. Potential went from 45 to 50. Okay. No improvement on Burris, Smith, Schreier, Stewart. Was really hoping Cody Mayo would add some beastly power, but no improvement there. His potential rating dropped from 55 to a 50. That's fine. No biggie. Draft pool revealed who's predicted to go overall. Josh Carson. Yeah, I'd draft that guy. Wish I was drafted first overall. Good Lord, the 70 range and that bat, that's a dangerous combo. Andy Montgomery. A lot of good college bats here at the top of the draft, or two, I should say. Here's another college bat. College pitcher. Anyways, so I think that'll do it for this episode. I almost called it an ep, and I was like, I can't do that. And then it was like I was caught between ep and episode, and it came out like that. Sorry. So yeah, we'll go into the season, I think, with the team as is. I think the main things to hash out here is who will get the last bullpen spot. We've got one too many guys here. I think Flaherty, Leisure, and Brzezicki are battling that out. So we'll see who wins it. Is Tyler Rogers not back yet? Why is he not pitching? Oh, he's still got 2 to 3 weeks left on the shelf. Wow. Did not realize that. I'm actually going to put him on the IL, I think. So then I can send him on a rehab assignment when he's ready. Well, actually, AAA wouldn't even have started yet. So yeah, probably doesn't solve much. Cease is out for another 6 months. Bummer. 60-day IL for him. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. So in the next episode, we'll get ready for the 2027 season. I do think I'll get into looking at my my manager history, my decision history. Ooh, here's how we've done so far. Any achievements? I never even look at this. Oh, that's that thing. Got it. It's crazy that all the transactions are here. I love that. I wish you could filter it. I'd like to be able to filter by Rule 5 signing. Or not Rule 5, international signing and or trades, things like that. That would be cool. But anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. Bye.